Okay, we are. Ooh, yeah, we got the blizzard storm behind us, so the different contrasts. We are washed out today, but we're live. We are on TikTok. We are on YouTube. We are recording for the podcast for posterity. I am DJ Steele, your fave DJ all day, every day. Please excuse the mess. We're rocking and rolling over here and just giving truth to the people, right? And we're just living in Trump's America, watching the people, what they do, who they are. Um, just letting them see that pretty mug, black and beautiful as ever. But if you want to come up, I should put on an Obama hat or something. If y'all want to come up and talk about your President Trump and the terrible things he's doing, I'd be happy to discuss them. You know, my name is DJ Steele, and I'm woke as fuck. Chat, somebody give me something to work with over here. We're live, your fave DJ on Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, Mixcloud, Discord, YouTube, SoundCloud. We're all over. Make sure you follow, like, subscribe, whatever. We might get nannered off of TikTok because haters are going to hate. It is Trump's America. Freedom of speech is being silenced, being eradicated. You know, if you say something that upsets the Trumper, suddenly you're an enemy of the state because Trump is the state. So that's the thing. If you guys want to, we can play by your rules. You just have to acknowledge the truth. We're not a free country anymore if you can't criticize the president, right? We're not a Christian nation if, we're willing to let thousands, hundreds of thousands of kids perish worldwide. So if you can be a Trumper, but you got to keep it real. We're not going to let you pretend like everything's hunky dory. This is what Republicans want. They want destruction. They want to dismantle the government. They want Minnesota to pop off into violence so they can declare martial law. Donald Trump wants a police state because his buddies make money off of locking up people. That's why it's not deportation. It's detention. You don't need to detain someone for months and months and months if you know they're a hardened criminal from another country. Send them back. But it's about detaining them so that they can take your money, your hard-earned taxpayer dollars. Give me 1 second over here, people. Give me 1 second. Okay. We are back. So I think prompts actually help with the numbers instead of video. But also, I don't have some crazy, I'm not an internet person. I'm not doing some background and graphics and all this stuff. I'm an OG, old school. If you want high production value, then y'all got to buy the production team. Get these sponsors in here. But if anyone wants to defend Trump, I love talking to Trumpers because I don't debate you. I dismantle you. Because that's the thing with Trumpers is they don't have arguments. They have talking points. So if your argument is based on a false reality, we're going to dismantle that. We're not going to debate that. Right? You can pretend all you want, blah, blah, blah. You get your reality check when you come deal with the steel. Your fave DJ don't play unless it's with dance floors. I don't play unless I'm paid. And I'm doing this for free. As all Americans should. Maybe we'll switch out the prompt. Y'all don't want the video. But we tried. My face ain't moving the TikTok numbers. Oh, maybe the Antifa badge. And then when you try and put images on TikTok, none of them pop up correct. Anyway. Let's see. Will this work? A little picture of him being or it's too big. But yeah, what are we putting up? Also, the Olympics. It's like, yeah. Oh, then the pictures I want to put up, they do not translate. Yeah, TikTok is a setup. We'll put up this one always gets numbers going. So this, okay. Well, I can have my image and I can have the prompt. Look at that. See, I told y'all I don't know the internet. So I can have myself without a background and the prompt. Same shit, different hat, right? The Klan hat, the ICE hat, the MAGA hat, and the Confederate hat. All the same, right? So, right, here's the thing. If you support Donald Trump, you should be fine with these hats, right? You shouldn't have to redefine them. You shouldn't have to rewrite history. The cruelty is the point. The racism is the point, right? You voted for racism, didn't you? So why are you so embarrassed when we say, "Oh, they're racist"? That's what you voted for. As the guy World Peace said, I'm getting exactly what I voted for. Right? You voted for racism. You voted for greed. You voted for children to be victimized. I got to remember the mics over here. I got to stay close to the mic. Right? You voted against freedom of speech. Right? This is what you voted for. So you see that image as crushing the Democrats' white hat at the bottom. That's interesting, come on, man, because Republicans are pro. See, this is what I'm saying. So we have come on, man, who I'll see if I can invite you up, who wants to pretend like, oh, the KKK is the brand of the Democrats in 2025, right? Can't read the hallucinations. So why even come up and waste my time? Come on, man. You just had like a Republican can't see depiction of the Klan without being like, well, did you know? Did you know the party switched? Come on, man. And here's the thing, right. Okay, so you guys hate the Dems, right? Come on, man. Let's go with this. Y'all can't stand the Dems. Dems are terrible, this and that. The KKK are Dems, according to you. So fine, I'll support Republicans going after the KKK, but you're not. You're banning Black history. So, can you explain that to me? Come on, man. And I invited you up. You got about 10 seconds before you get dropped. Because if you want to talk in the comments, you have the ability to come up on the panel, but you don't want to. You're a bad faith actor and you're just here to waste my time. So come on, man. You got about 2 seconds. I'm hallucinating, right? So you see how, so this is important. We use come on, man, as an example. You see how he's not, and actually before we use him as an example, come on, man. Bro, you got one last invite. You coming up or not? Sanity will prevail, and you're blocked. So what was his last statement? You can't reason with people hallucinating. They need help. So, right, that's a non-starter. He doesn't want to debate. He doesn't want to say any facts or any information. Just what am I hallucinating about? Name one point that I'm wrong about, and please correct me. Right? Because they're programmed with a talking point. They have no response. They have no real anything to say. Yella Maui, we'll bring you up. We need some. Yella Maui, could you state your age, location, and how you feel about Republicans embracing racism as a platform?
50, Oregon, Black. How do I feel about Republicans using what?
Racism as a platform.
I don't know, man. I'm so old that it's just one of those things where the time just keep ticking and people keep on acting. And I live in a place in Portland, Oregon that's, we're far super left and there's the far super right. And I just don't mess with any of the extremists because far left and far right, they may come from a different stance, but they're the same people to me.
How are they the same?
So, because I got people that are on the far left asking me when I'm going to cut my dog's balls. When am I going to, why am I cutting this tree down in my backyard? why am I using a straw, but they're using the cup on the coffee lid? That's unrecyclable. You know what I mean? Like, I live in a place where they tax a lot, like 12% to live in a state that, over 10% to live in a state that between the ocean and the mountain, they ain't created shit. I live in a place where they want to tell you how to live. And I've lived in this place for a long time, and I live down south, and the extremes are pretty similar. They're just different people expressing themselves.
Okay, so you're telling me that people saying you should spay and neuter your dog, which you should, people concerned about you cutting down trees.
Hold on. Whoa. See, that's where it gets murky right there. No, my dog, I love my dog. Only certain
You're breaking up.
Like the same people that are what you're claiming to be too.
So hold on, let me finish. So you
just passed by the ice facility. That's why. And every time we go by there.
Right. I think you just proved the point. So you're worried about dogs, trees, and straws, where we got a Gestapo right there scrambling your communications, and that's far right extremism. We got people disappearing. I don't see the far left disappearing 5-year-olds off the street, taking women to get raped and unalived in secret prisons. You think that's the same?
I do see the far left supporting, like, for instance, again, I live in this place, so I'm gonna tell you, I see people that look like you willing to support people that aren't legal, than supporting the people that look like me and communities surrounding them. And when you ask them, like I asked a lady the other day who was leaving the ICE rally, she said, don't make me choose. It's 50-50 between your community and theirs. I said, it's 50-50 between non-American citizens and American citizens. I said, well, it's going to be 50-50 at the voting box, because people that look like me are waking up. They see that that one side, I'm not saying that both sides are good. They're seeing that the side that says they're good are supporting people being here that don't need to be here. I do not support the way that people are being removed, but the overall theme is these people are riding for people that aren't citizens, but do not support the citizens in their own communities. You wasn't ready for that.
Oh no, we're definitely ready for the immigrants versus black people debate, which totally ignores white supremacy and is a right-wing talking point. Yeah.
No.
We've heard this, dude. Hold on. Yellow, let me respond. Hold on. You got to let me respond. I'm with immigrants. I'm with black people all the time. I've never heard someone say I have to choose between immigrants and black people. I've never heard any of this immigrants versus black people except from right wingers. I've heard this thing where, immigrants are taking black jobs and taking black neighborhoods. Why are there black only jobs and black only neighborhoods, which there aren't? Why is it between us and the immigrants? It's because of white supremacy. No, I don't have a problem with people who want to come here and work and become good citizens and are trying, but white supremacy won't let them, dude. I have no problem with immigrants. Immigrants have never racial profiled me. Immigrants never called my mom the N-word. Immigrants are not the ones banning our history. Immigrants aren't the ones trying to take us from places of power. So no, I'm not buying your stupid ass, it's the immigrants or us. And yeah, I'd rather vote for the party that wants illegals here than that wants to make Americans illegal. I don't care, bro. I don't give a fuck about immigrants or immigration. I'm so sick of hearing the whining and bitching about that.
Not what I said.
Then what did you say?
What I actually said was, at least quote me right, I said illegal immigrants.
I don't care, right? Yeah, at one point, black people were illegal. Right, they're illegal because they're brown. They're illegal because they're brown. It's racism, dude. I don't give a fuck. Yeah, but Trump can marry one. Elon's one. Right. You're worried about illegal immigrants, and you're supporting the party that wants illegal immigrants running our country. Right. Melania's fine because she's white. Elon's fine because he's rich and white. So then why are you worried about immigrants, dude? Immigrants are not the problem. Illegal. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck if you're illegal. Bro, I'm sorry. I'm done. Yella. I'm sorry, dude. Yella. I can't talk. I'm sorry. I can't talk about immigrants anymore at all. Immigrants are fine. They're not a problem. They commit less crimes than anybody. The only reason they're illegal is because white people don't want them to be citizens. That's literally the only reason they're illegal. They're not taking black jobs. They're not pushing us out of our neighborhood. It's not immigrants versus black people, dude. You're right. It doesn't fit anybody's narrative. It only fits a talking point propaganda. What issues have you had with immigrants, dude? None. Oh, they're illegal. Yeah, so is raping kids, but he's president. Yeah. Nazis are supposed to be illegal. People who fucking want to destroy America are supposed to be illegal, but they're running. I'm sorry, I can't talk, especially with a POC. You're a person of color and you're fucking buying into this dumbass immigrant narrative. Right. We got ICE cooking, locking up people. Has shit gotten better? Has anything gotten better in this country since ICE has declared war on everybody? No. They're tear gassing us. And they're coming for black people next, which is so dumb that you're trying to. Yeah, they're just going to show. Oh, well, you're not really a citizen. Whatever, bro. I'm sorry, I cannot. The immigrant nonsense is nonsense. It's all just racism. It's all propaganda, bro. You talking about illegal? Yeah, your president's illegal. Yeah, he violated the Constitution by trying to overthrow a free and fair election. And it's not even deportation, it's detention. They're not they're detaining people. So you came over here, we're going to hold you for 6, 7, 8 months. If you're a criminal, you're not supposed to be here. Get them out of here then. It's not that complicated unless it's a scam to make money, which is what it is. We got starving American kids. Yeah. How about we make ICE focus on child poverty instead of immigration? Show me any real issue that Republicans have got. Like, immigration's not a real issue, dude. We got plenty of jobs, plenty of housing. We're not talking about immigration anymore. Especially since no one can name a single way that an immigrant's affected their life, this and that. Yeah, we're still against criminals. We got police, whether an immigrant or not. Yeah, criminals get caught. We're not, just because you're undocumented doesn't mean you got a free pass to commit crime. And if anything, you're undocumented, you have no real ID, you're in a precarious position. That's not the ideal to come start a criminal empire, right? Why would you leave a lawless country to come to a police state that profiles brown people and is going to be specifically after you? People aren't walking across a desert in flip-flops and sweatpants to come commit a crime. It's not rage bait. You should be mad. You should be enraged that we have white supremacists running our country into the ground. And we have a whole portion of the population that's not educated enough, not sophisticated enough, not moral enough, not religious enough, not spiritual enough, not confident enough to see it. Yeah, Donald Trump's rage bait. What are we talking about? Yes, thank you, Marsha. Follow you back. And like Yellow, usually but I'm so tired of this. Yeah, we see what's going on. Do we 5-year-old kids? 5-year-old kids that you're kidnapping, and right, because you got quotas that you can't meet because the whole thing is a fucking crock of bull. Right? So to meet these quotas, elite, you're going to courthouses. What criminal is showing up for court meetings? This is what I'm saying. I'm not arguing with you about immigration because it is so dumb. The lies on immigration have gotten so thin that they do not stand up anymore. We're not doing that. It's not about doing it the right way, because people are about to be sworn in as citizens of the United States, gone through the whole process, and they're getting taken out of the ceremony. That's not people who did it the wrong way. That's not criminals. But guess what? Guess who they're only grabbing? Brown people. It's racism, right? So that's what you voted for. So be happy that you voted for the Klansmen, and they rebranded the Klan as ICE, and they're running into people's houses and taking their kids and unaliving women and anybody who stands in their way, just like the Klan. And they hide their faces, and they come into towns where there's too many uppity black people, like Minnesota, too many uppity white people like Minnesota, and they come and they try and oppress them. And so that's why he keeps sending troops in. Right. They didn't vote for Trump up there. They don't fuck with Trump and Team Epstein. So we're going to punish you. Make sure you follow me, people. Your fave DJ on Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, Mixcloud, and Discord. We don't do this for numbers. We don't do this for internet clout. We don't do this for followers. I believe me, I'd love to get paid off of speaking truth to power. If all these paid protesters were real, I would be dude, I'd have my 401k from paid protesting. If they're hiring people to protest, please send them my way. I would love to get paid to do this. They don't understand the shit on anything, man. These people are low information, low reading. Yeah. That's the point. I mean, we have to look. This is generations of planning taking effect. Republicans have been Helly Hansen. Helly Hansen makes some good jackets. I prefer American brands though. They've been defunding education, attacking education for generations, right? Especially in the most red states, right? They have the lowest reading numbers, the lowest everything. That's so that people will be gullible and eat the shit that they're fed by the Republican Party. That's why they wanted to deregulate the internet and pretend like it was biased towards right-wingers, which it wasn't. It was biased towards the truth. Right. If every story you publish and everything you say is a lie, it's going to get less circulation because people are going to know it's a lie. Yeah, Helly Hansen. Tyson. Oh, I can't invite you up, Tyson. Sorry, buddy. But yeah. But yeah, and that's why they don't want to regulate AI, because they want to be able to lie to you using AI. Just like the administration just doctored a picture of a woman being arrested to make her look like she was crying. Right? They want to be able to use AI to lie. And the same thing, that's why they want to build these data centers. Do you know why they want to build these data centers, people? So they can build super bots. You know, the internet's mostly bots and whatever. So instead, you won't need a panel full of right wingers. You'll have a panel full of bots. You'll have the host will be a bot, because eventually everybody gets screwed over by the Republicans. Eventually, they're going to come for your kids, or you're going to get sick and not be able to afford it, or they're going to pollute your water and your air, and you're not going to be able to breathe. Or they're going to put a data center in your neighborhood. They're trying to focus on black neighborhoods right now because that's how they do with environmental racism. But that's going to spread. They're making all of America a third world country. See, that's what Republicans don't understand, is that this plan's bigger than America, because all these foreign shareholders, they want their money. And so they're going to make America hoodlum. MAGA and Republicans are the same. Hoodlum, could you state your age, location, and how you feel about Republicans making racism one of their main platforms?
That's what you say. I'm 50, West Coast, MAGA.
Okay, yeah. Banning Black history isn't racist. That's not white supremacy.
I don't know if it's banning, but more or less not making it any more important than any other race or culture.
So Hoodlum, you think that they were putting black issues over everybody else?
Yeah.
Where did you see this? Give us an example.
It's just that's the thing. Like you might claim to be oppressed, but
Hoodlum, let me ask you a question.
So.
Hold on. If you don't answer that one, that's fine. We can talk. When was the first time you learned about Emmett Till?
Probably like in the 7th grade.
In the 7th grade, you learned about Emmett Till.
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting. I learned about Emmett Till as a kid, and you had to go to school to learn about it.
Yeah, that's where a lot of people get educated. I don't know.
See, I think that's your problem, is you're relying on public education. You think that you're getting a full, well-rounded education from your school?
I'm 50.
Did you think when you were in 7th grade, did you think that you got a full, well-rounded education?
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Okay. I learned about Emmett Till as a child. I was so young.
See,
I don't remember. I must have been second or first grade. I learned from my family about that history, and I thought it was an urban legend.
See, I
Until
got
later.
educated before it was Common Core. I got educated like I don't know when men were men, not when men were little crybabies.
Oh, you mean like Trump crying about every single thing?
No.
Hold on. Let's go talk about men being men and crybabies. Hoodlum, do you think men? Do you think a full spray tan is masculine? Is that a masculine thing for men to do? Is to get spray tans?
I don't know. I mean, what do you think?
No, I don't think it is. Not at all. And I mean, and especially if you're going by when men were men. If we're going to go by classical or toxic standards of masculinity. No, getting
toxic.
Yeah,
What does
toxic.
toxic look like?
Toxic.
Toxic.
I'll tell you, Hoodlum. Toxic is when you support a man who wears
Well, you
full.
don't need to
Let
tell
me.
me.
Well, I
You
do
see
need to
me
tell
as
you.
well.
Let me. Don't interrupt. Let me cook here. Don't be a crybaby. So toxic is when you support a man who has bleach blonde hair and he's old as fuck. He's got full face spray tan, all sorts of cosmetic surgery. But then you want to talk about when men were men, when you support someone who looks like a drag queen. But you think you know about masculinity when you support a man who can't even get real women. He either has to pay for sex workers or go after little girls. That's not when men for men to me. So I don't know. I don't like little kids. I don't like little girls. I like full grown women. I like mature women. I don't like little young ass kids. I like women who are fully mature.
Can you read a tape measure?
Can I read a tape measure?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I can read a tape measure. I've done all sorts of carpentry. I helped my friend build his basement. I can read a tape measure. Yeah. Yeah. Also, well, let's talk about that. Let's talk about men actually like doing work and not being little silver spoon babies. Let's talk about building your own brand, building things and not failing over and over and over again and having your daddy bail you out. Yeah. So I just think it's interesting you talk about crybabies and men being men when as a MAGA, and you specifically say you're MAGA, not Republican, when you support one of the most softest, weakest, bitch ass made men in the White House to ever step in it. The guy's got bone spurs. Hoodlum, do you come from a military family?
I do.
Did you serve?
No.
Who
my dad specifically told me not to.
Oh, why did your dad tell you not to?
To some degree, the military is somewhat of a toxic culture.
Oh, okay. Did your dad serve?
Yeah, I just told you that. Are you?
Oh, sorry. We'll move on.
Something wrong with
we got a lot going. What branch did he serve in?
Navy.
Oh, a sailor. Okay, that makes sense.
What does that mean?
You know what it means, bro. Sailors are soft.
No, I don't make assumptions.
I do. Sorry, my dad was in the Army. He was a drill sergeant. My uncle was a Marine. He's in Arlington National Cemetery with honors. On my mom's side, we got sailors. I got an uncle that's a sailor.
I don't talk about like other people's service. That's kind of weird.
I do. We talk about everything. Questions. So hold on. Hold on. You don't talk, but you support a president who calls people cowards and doesn't like people who got caught in POW. So you don't talk about service, but you vote for someone who does. So Hoodlum, you don't keep the same energy as your president?
You're talking about
Hoodlum, hold on. You know what I'm talking. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Yes, you know what I'm talking about. Hoodlum, do you keep Hoodlum, let me ask you a question. Hold on. We move fast here. Hoodlum, listen to me. Do you keep the same energy as your president?
How would you describe the president's energy?
Well, it's just a lot of the things that you're criticizing are things that your president does. So I'm wondering if you don't care that he does these things or if they're not deal breakers. Because you talking about other people's service, and I'm just a civilian on. Hold on, I'm just a civilian on TikTok. You gotta let me talk, man. You gotta let me talk. You gotta let me cook. That's how this works. I'll let you cook, but you gotta let me cook. I'm just on TikTok. I'm a random, right? but you have an issue with me talking about other people's service. And from your demeanor, and
That's
here's the thing, you got to let me cook, man. You got to wait more than 30 seconds, more than 20 seconds, dude. We're broadcasting. Just be patient. So you have an issue with me talking about that type of stuff, but you don't have an issue with your president saying that on a national stage. And also, yeah, I'm going to talk about you. I'm going to talk about your father, because judging from your views and who you've aligned with, your father failed you. So yeah, I'm going to keep it like your president. If I see something, I'm going to call it out. If you don't like that energy, then I guess you don't like your president.
So tell me, so based on my profile and my videos,
no, I haven't looked at your videos or your profiles. Just so you know, I'm just going from you claiming to be MAGA, the side that you publicly align with.
Wow. Okay. So
yeah, when you align yourself with Team Epstein, you're going to get judged, Hoodlum. Yes, I have standards. I judge people who align themselves with great.
Is that the best you got, bro?
Yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah. Yes. Hoodlum. See, this is where your father failed in raising you. That grape is an issue to me. Racism is an issue to me. Unaliving children is an issue to me. So yeah, I don't know what you care about, but those are issues to me. And no, I don't fuck with people that grape women and grape kids and then joke about it and lie about it. People that embrace racism, domestic terrorism, people that hate America, hate themselves.
Let me ask you. Hold on.
You can ask me whatever you want.
I'm glad that you're an open book. So all of the claims that you just made, I just need one piece of evidence for all that. Just one.
Context, common sense. So the evidence is
no
so Hoodlum, right, Hoodlum. So the judge determined, right, Hoodlum, I got you. You don't need to keep talking. So right, the judge in the Ejean Carroll case determined that Donald Trump did grape her. Donald Trump has 27 accusations. Donald Trump would be in jail if he didn't get the presidency. Donald Trump's Epstein files have exposed him as being on the plane, that he lied about that. He lied about the card, the birthday card. Right. Him literally bragging about sexually assaulting women on the whatever was it? It wasn't Entertainment Tonight or whatever. And then also him bragging about going into the Miss Teen USA pageants. So right, we have him firsthand accounts of him saying all the things that I'm saying he does. He has said he does, right? He's openly said he grabs women without consent. He loves it. So Hoodlum, are you not aware of this? Do you not care? Why does this not land with you? Why does him being found liable for graping a woman not have an effect on you? Let's just stick to the Ejean Carroll case. Right, because he was found liable. He did have to pay for this. And hey, Hoodlum, you don't need to restate the case. We know what happened. Tell me why that case does not have an effect or change your opinion of Donald Trump about you. Do you just think it's not true?
First of all, let me set your false information into perspective.
Okay, right. If we got a difference of reality, you got to go. I'm not here to debate reality with you, dude. We all saw what happened. Oh, you see that little devil coming out? Let's see here. Oh, thank you, Alex. I appreciate you. Right. You notice how can't answer the question. Yeah, get that W. Yes. Because someone doesn't want to sit here and listen to you lie because you don't have a response. It's fine. Bro. Truth be told, you can come up and get cooked too. Here's the other thing, guys. When you get a W, when you win, you don't have to tell people. They can see it. No, you don't have to. We see it. We can see the W. Yeah, just like Trump won the Nobel Prize, just like Trump's winning. Literally. And let's get back to this key point, which is very important. I hope the audio, I'm leaning back too much. The emptiness of a Trump supporter, the emptiness of a Republican, men in crisis, Men with no knowledge of themselves, men lacking confidence, fearful, cowardly, empty men looking for something to fill the void. But they take, just like Trump, they want shortcuts. You don't want to work for it. And when you don't work for it, you don't get anything out of it. Just like Donald Trump. Donald Trump has the most powerful position in America. I got to work on breathing, keeping my heart rate. I'm so used to getting lit behind the booth. I got to calm down. Okay, then Lone Wolf, wake us up. If you want to educate us, if you want to enlighten us, I'm more than welcome to be enlightened, bro. We're here to talk. If there's something you're seeing that we're not, I would love for you to educate me. But then you can't get mad about my, okay, Lone Wolf, so you can't come up. I invited you up. That's okay. Like, this is what I'm saying, guys. If your brand, okay, so let's empty men filling their hearts with hate and ego and machismo, which is a losing game. You're trying to build your self-identity off of fear and aggression and things that don't serve any purpose other than to promote violence and toxicity and ignorance in the world, which Donald Trump is capitalizing on. Donald Trump never earned anything in his life. If you watch The Apprentice, the movie with Sebastian Stan, you will see that he was always living in the shadow of his father, never good enough, because he never found out his true self. He was told by society that this is how you become a man. This is what you do to be successful. You make lots of money. You have some pretty wife. You go to fancy clubs and expensive cars. And the more money you can show you have, that's how you become a man. That's how you achieve success. Is that how you achieve fulfillment? No. Success according to who? People who want to make money off of you. So now we have Donald Trump in 2026, the most powerful position in the world, with a ton more money than he's ever had in his life because he's grifted it all. Miserable. His own wife doesn't sleep. Look, separate bedrooms, I get it. Separate beds, whatever. People, I'm old enough. I understand that we ain't got to sleep in the bed. We ain't got to sleep in the same. But not only does she not sleep in the same bed with him, she doesn't sleep in the same house, in the same state. You only get a limit, no matter what, unless he's going to be dictator, you only get a limited amount of time in the White House. It's one of the most prestigious places you can ever live. And Donald Trump is so awful, she does not want to live there. Right? He has to pay people like Stormy Daniels, great people, including children, or he just has some paid arrangement like with Melania where, okay, you come to my appearances and you glaze me in public, but not even really. She's so sick of him. He's unhappy. So he goes to bed every night alone, knowing that he's on, that the Grim Reaper's looking over him. He ain't going to live. He wish he could live forever. He ain't. He's done all this. What's his legacy? A bunch of greedy conformists. And that's the other thing. The people who work with him don't support him. They don't believe in him. They want money from him. They want clout from him. And the second that he can't do that, they turn on him. How many people have written tell-alls after working for the Trump administration about how terrible he is, right? The only people who support him are those who are actively being paid or have some type of monetary gain to be made, right? So literally no one in his kid, you never see him with his kids. You never see him and Barron tossing a football, joking around. Obama still posts pictures of the family, outings and all this stuff. Donald Trump is devoid of love, which is why he has to fake it so much. Even his supporters. When you talk to a Trump supporter, the first I support, and then when you start breaking it down and dismantling, they didn't vote for what they got. They don't even know what they voted for. They're just co-signing it because they're weak and empty. And they feel like they have to, as long as they say they're winning, they think they're winning, but they'll never feel like a winner. And so now the rest of the world has to deal with this. These toxic people who know no knowledge of themselves, whose parents have failed them, who have distorted and perverted every aspect of the American ideal that we never achieved, we've never lived up to, but for damn sure we're not, because now we're focusing on the opposite. right? And as we go further, it's F around and find out. The Second Amendment, think of how many kids have been sacrificed on the altar of the Second Amendment. Year after year, kids slaughtered to supposedly protect this amendment. They never cared about government tyranny or anything. They just want violence to keep us scared. That's why we don't have pew pew control in America. Because Republicans know that at least at the bottom line, there's a crazy YT man that will carry out their nefarious views with violence, and we can never be safe. You notice how they don't want to come up. You notice how they drop into the chat section, say their little one-off talking point, and then they disappear, right? Because they stand for nothing. They have no principles. Republican voters don't know what they voted for. They don't know what they're supporting. This is what they're enabling. The worst people in history, people who kidnap children, people who grape children. That's what that Southern heritage is of the Klan, of the Confederacy, grape farms, graping kids. I ain't talking about grape soda. Y'all know what I'm talking about. If any allies want, anybody that wants to come up. What do we do, America? What do we do? Keep fighting the good fight. Our ancestors went through a lot more than this. They fought a lot more than this. But also, we're fighting something different, man. These Republicans don't care about America. The old school, at least these people, when they were done with us, they went back to their nice part of town and still wanted their kids to have clean air, water, resources. This Republican plan, the Klan thing, we're all losing. When all the kids, it's not just going to be brown people, because pretty soon it's going to be the YT people who didn't vote for Trump. Then it's going to be the YT people who don't co-sign all of Trump's whatever, right? We'll see how y'all going to realize your team Epstein when they start lowering the marriage age, because they've been trying to do that for a long time and they still are. See, that's the thing. Republicans don't know what the Republican Party is doing or what they stand for, which is another level of misinformation, another level of propaganda. If you talk to the Republican voter about what the Republican Party is actually doing, they have no idea. Or they'll deny, Donald Trump is blatantly banning Black history from books to monuments to signage at historical sites. Mention that to a Republican. Guarantee they flat out deny it. If I had $1 for every time a Republican denied what Donald Trump was doing, I wouldn't be in cold-ass Wisconsin right now, I'll tell you that. Facing 40 below wind chill because of climate change. Yeah, the glaciers are melting. The cold air is being released. It's not being trapped up there anymore. So now we got a huge polar vortex that used to be kept in check, right? But your president's up there convening the Board of Peace and fucking building ballrooms and all this nonsense. Yeah, they're going to be celebrating when they dismantle FEMA. The EPA is gone. No clean air, no clean water. But no, I'm hallucinating, or some crazy leftist, right? For literally just verbalizing what's going to happen and what your president's doing that you supposedly support so much. But if you don't put the Trump spin on it, you're a domestic whatever, right? They're literally celebrating a woman who had a glove compartment full of stuffed animals being unalived by the government. Yo, we're past the point of no return right now. We got to vote these people out. And I don't care if Donald Trump's in court. I don't care if we got to do it without. Lock him up, dude. Lock him the fuck up. Democrats, stop being so soft. Go after the criminals, the real criminals. Stop making deals with these people. Right. If some of your right-wing donors don't give you money because you're not playing both sides, then fine. And call it out. Whew. Anyway, shout out to Alex. We're 115 on the podcast. We're 45 on YouTube Live. We're still working out how we're going to broadcast, how we're doing this. I'm banking these podcasts right now. I've got a couple, right now, because I might get kicked off of TikTok at any moment. I'm really just trying to document what's going on TikTok. And even if I do, I'll still record panels and comment on them. But people, the proof is in the pudding when we talk to these people and they have to lie, crash out, ramble over you. They can't have a real conversation because they don't stand for what they think they stand for. And we let people cook up here, right? Oh, I like how that. Oh, well, look at that. Look who's really behind the Trumpery. I gotta make sure that devil appears a little bit more. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. Right, they don't want to cook. They want a propaganda fest where they got 8 Trumpers on the board. The host is a Trumper. They let one opposition up, and then they don't even let you speak. So what I always try to leave people with is go interact with these people in a different way. Don't let them get their lies off. Okay? If they want to reshape reality, say we have a difference of reality, not of opinion, right? Because if Renee Good was who they claim she was, if she was going after people and trying to unalive them with her car, we would have a little more empathy for the Gestapo guy who unalived her. But that's not what happened. So their whole argument is what you think happened, what you saw happen wasn't what happened. What we think happened was what happened. But here's the other thing. The whole world's on our side. There isn't this big divide in the world where Trump's right. No, the whole rest of the world is on the Democratic side because they see what Trump is doing. The Danish, all of our allies, the only people that support Trump is his little board of pieces of shit, right? North Korea, Russia, whoever, whatever other bad actors and global dictators he's allowed on his board of peace. So as I said, interact with these people differently. We're not debating. The debate isn't, is Trump racist or not? We know he's racist. We've got years and years of evidence that he's racist, right? The question is, why do you support a racist? Why are you okay with that? And if you can't have that conversation, then you're lying to yourself. And you're probably being influenced by this guy. I think that's just Trump without all the Botox and injections and shit. Or like the guy who came up earlier and was like, I'm from when men were men. And it's like, but you support a guy who has spray tan, dyed hair, hasn't worked a day in his life, So if you're going to be all about toxic masculinity, keep that same energy with your president. That's the thing. It's hypocrisy. It's literally just homophobia. That's all it is. Oh, well, when men were men. Bro, your president ain't no man. That's not a man by any means. A guy with a silver spoon. His whole record says he's not a man. But you want to talk like you guys have a monopoly on masculinity when your guys going in. And here's the thing. If you want to get spray tan, I don't care. If you want to dye your hair, I don't do what, if you want, you can be a man however you define it. But if you're the side that's trying to define manliness and you're not even, no, then I'm going to call you out. If you want to be fucking toxic classical masculinity standards, but then you're supporting a guy wearing makeup, yeah, we're going to call you out. Especially when you're talking about people on my side and dude, I'm more of a man than Trump will ever be. Okay. I ain't getting no spray tan. I ain't getting no fucking comb over or all these hair plugs and shit. Nope. I'm not dyeing my shit because I'm not fucking, no, I'll go gray. I work out. I'm not going to get a tummy tuck. But listen, it's fine. But according to the classical standards of toxic masculinity that the Republicans seem to promote so much, I don't remember getting spray tanned as an 80-year-old part of being a man's man. Okay? You guys are so mad at you elected a drag queen. Donald Trump looks like a drag queen, but you guys are so afraid or whatever of drag queens. This is what I'm saying. I'm not here for the hypocrisy. Keep that same energy. And if you want to come up and defend your president, please come up and defend him. Please come up and defend your president, because I got questions that no Republicans can seem to answer. Come vouch for your president. And if you struggle to do that, you should ask yourself why. Anyway, we're about to hit an hour 30 on the podcast. No one's coming. Even anybody. I need some ingredients to cook with. Same shit, different hat. We got some Russian profiles entering the picture. Also, yes, this app is trash. The majority of the chats are trash. The new ownership is trash. But that's their plan. They just want to corrupt all social media to promote their nonsense. Live free or DJ. Oh, boy. You can't. Oh, live free or die. Oh. I thought it said live free or DJ, but it said live free or die. And then
I'm trying, brother. How you doing this morning?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing well. Just trying to stay warm in this cold ass weather we got.
Just for the TikTok, could you state your age, location, and how you feel about Donald Trump implementing the government tyranny the Second Amendment was supposed to protect us from?
I'm 55 from Oklahoma, and that second part of that question is more of a statement instead of a question. I don't think that they're stepping on our Second Amendment rights.
So federal agents should have the right to stop any U.S. citizen and question them at any time without probable cause, without a warrant or anything. You agree with that?
No, I don't agree with that.
Okay. Should federal agents have the right to enter an American citizen's house without a warrant, probable cause, or any reason?
No.
Do you support Donald Trump?
I do.
So why the fuck do you have live free or die as your name when you're supporting government tyranny and you're appearing to be a bootlicker right now?
See, here goes the name star. That just goes to show the lack of education.
Then educate me, sir. Educate me.
Well, let's look at it like this. Let's say you and I, we're a team. You and I are going to try to get all of the sex essayers, the child people. We're going to try to get all them out of here. And I think that you and I would put forth a very good effort to do so.
So live free. Hold on. I'm not. You elected one. So please stop with the bad faith argument. I don't need an imaginary story about us being on a team. Tell me where you say you have your name. Hold on. Your profile name is live free or die. Tell me how you can support a president who wants federal agents ransacking Americans' homes without any due process, without a warrant or anything. Tell me how you can support that, but you pretend to be about live free or die. Just explain that. I don't need some made up story about us being on a team.
Well, hey, listen, pal. You know, I want those people out of my country. And if it has to step on a few of my rights to get it done, I'm okay with that. If it saves one Jocelyn and Gangray from that happening again, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with it. You know,
right.
If they didn't want this to happen, they would hand these people over at the jailhouse.
So live free. Let me just ask, why did you name yourself that?
Because I'm a free man.
What makes you free?
I demand it. You know,
but what makes you right? I've been demanding freedom in my country. My people have been demanding freedom for generations since we fucking got here, and we still don't have it. So what makes you free?
What don't you have that I don't have? What are you trying to gaslight out of this? What can you do?
Free. Why can't you just answer what makes you free? I'll tell you what makes me not free if you tell me what makes you free.
I get to get up and live my life the way I want. I can choose how I live.
Not if ICE wants to come into your house and take you in and hold you indefinitely. You can't do that.
Well, ICE is more than welcome to come to my house anytime. They can come in and look, check my ID. I don't care. Let it happen. If it saves the children of the future,
It's
I'm
not.
with that.
So okay. So how is kidnapping 5-year-olds saving children of the future? Dude, live free. First of all, hold on. Live free. Hold on, live free. How old are you? Hold on. How old are you?
Name one kid that's been kidnapped.
Hold on. How old are you?
Old enough.
Okay. So are you old? So live free. When we have ICE agents going into naturalization ceremonies where citizens are literally or future citizens are about to put their hand up, take the oath, and become a citizen, and ICE comes in and takes those people who've been doing it the right way, they've been doing it the right way since day one, and they come and take those people, how is that protecting children?
Well, that's the consequence of not.
No, live free. How is that protecting children? How is that protecting children?
I just gotta block you, bro.
Yeah, block me, you fucking bitch. Yeah. Right. This is my point, dude. This guy has live free or die. Right, you're a hypocrite. Just acknowledge it, dude. You don't stand for shit. That's the easy question. You're a white racist. You don't stand for shit. You want to have your name be live free or die, but you're out here cheerleading for people breaking into American houses, it's way beyond immigration now when you're abducting American citizens, detaining soldiers, veterans, etc. Right? And I knew that guy wasn't going to answer right. He's a punk ass bitch. And this is the problem. We got a bunch of insecure, immature, never learned nothing, most of them are YT men who want to I'm free, I'm this. You don't know what freedom is. I'm free because I demand it. But then when we go and demand it in the streets, we're domestic terrorists. It's like CFster said earlier. We got to work around these people. Yeah. Harassment and bullying. Restricted for 10 minutes. I don't give a fuck. Right. And that's what these bitches do. They report because y'all can't fight. Right. Every time you report me, we're winning. Every time. Bro, and nobody gives a fuck about TikTok. There's 5 people in here, and y'all are that upset that a man is speaking truth to power. Because you can't defeat us in the debate because there's no debate because you lie. Right? You got to try and control the narrative. Fine. Good luck with that. Good luck with that. Talking about you're protecting children. Meanwhile, the Epstein files are still out there. Make sure you follow your fave DJ on Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, Mixcloud, and Discord. We're also on YouTube Live right now. TikTok ain't our only thing, and we're not relying on TikTok because TikTok's MAGA. Right. 2 restrictions. Whatever. Right. MAGA ain't about freedom of speech. They're not about the Second Amendment. They're not about shit but Donald Trump. And what's Donald Trump about? Making money and abusing women and kids. And that's what's going on. Trump's going to make a lot of money and abusing Americans. Right. Bum, 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 ba-da-dum, bum. We'll invite Michael up. Yeah, some of y'all are going to get invites. If you don't come up, you're probably going to get blocked. Because we know who you are. little whiny crybaby Republicans. Oh my God, someone's not glazing Donald Trump. Right. That's the thing. It's not even it. Like just speaking reality and they crash out. But yeah, that they hate you if you don't glaze a child rapist. A stable genius who's wasting Americans' money. Let's see. Oh, okay. Michael, come up. Biancore. Bum, 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 ba-da-da, bum, bum. Harassment and bullying. Hook. Oh. Ooh. It's funny. getting warnings for harassment and bullying when that is literally MAGA's MO. Bum bum. No, it don't matter the platform. We stay speaking truth to power. We stay speaking truth to power. Because if it's not me, it's gonna be somebody else, bro. And also, I think this platform is about to go. It's kind of like Facebook. It's all just full of. Eventually, when Republicans like take over an app, it becomes whack. Right. Bum ba da dum. Bum 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 ba da bum 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 ba da bum 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 ba da bum 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 ba da bum. And we have been banned due to multiple violations of our community guidelines. So, at least we were recording. I knew it was going to happen. We have been banned from TikTok. And we got the whole thing recorded, right? I'm not downloading my data. I don't give a fuck. Let's see what we can do. Yeah, y'all fucking 54 seconds. Y'all didn't send me no fucking code. Codes into, yeah. Gmail. Oh, maybe it's in spam. Nope. TikTok did not send me no code to log in. Anyway, I don't know what's going on. We're going to pause for a second. Bum 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 ba da bum. Yeah, this is how the internet works right here. Yeah, you're not sending TikTok saying they're sending me a code to enter the 6-digit. It's not working. Anyway. Bum, bum. So we appealed. Violation clip. Let's see. We're going to hear the violation clip now. Sometimes they don't do this. Sometimes they do. Okay, so it's supposedly loading the clip that I was violated for misinformation. Oh, it won't let me play it. Of course. Dude, this shows you how, the internet is, we need to regulate social media because these motherfuckers are corrupt. So supposedly it was going to let me play the clip that I was violated for, but it won't. That's what they do. Oh, we got you on tape, but we can't show you the tape. Heard that one before. Welcome back. How do we manage accounts? Oh, but then you got to build your shit back up. Okay, so we'll do one more account. Third time's a charm.
If you're nasty, these are 5 things you need to...
Not doing an avatar. What are we doing for the profile picture? Do Elmo.
Will you be my Valentine?
We don't have earthquakes, we don't have hurricanes, we don't have alligators.
How's it going? Good. How are you? Good. Somebody just called to complain you were cleaning up the yard, I'm assuming?
If you have a Samsung.
I learned this when I traveled.
Damn. They got her. She carried you. Aside, because if you get in my way, there's going to be problems.
6 signs a woman. I'm fucking broke.
Wow, you really gonna backdoor me, bro? I know it's you, Coco. I can see you through the mask.
Shaisa got caught up.
Wow, you really gonna backdoor me?
Never, ever.
So anyway, okay, we got a new TikTok account. We'll see how long this one lasts.
Live. Oh my god! Oh my god!
But anyway, we're clocking out. Thanks for joining us. You just saw me get banned from TikTok in real time for quote unquote misinformation. It is what it is. Don't sweat over stuff on a screen, people. We're out in the real world. We're still speaking truth to power. We're still out here. Love y'all. Peace.